Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Are you looking to improve your English listening skills but tired of the same old boring textbooks? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're re-diving into the amazing world of podcasts and how they can be a game changer for your English learning journey. Listening to native speakers in a natural, conversational context is one of the most effective ways to train your ear, expand your vocabulary, and understand the nuances of the language. It's like having a conversation partner available 24/7. You can listen while you're commuting, cooking, exercising, or just relaxing at home. It's learning on the go, and it's incredibly effective. The key is to find podcasts that are not only educational, but also genuinely interesting to you. When you're engaged with the content, learning doesn't feel like a chore. So get ready to discover some fantastic resources that will make practicing your English listening skills a fun and rewarding experience. Let's get started. First on our list, and an absolute must-listen for any English learner, is Luke's English podcast. If you haven't heard of it, you're in for a treat. Luke is a qualified English teacher and stand-up comedian from London, and his podcast is the perfect blend of education and entertainment. This isn't your typical dry language lesson. Luke talks about a huge variety of topics, from British culture and comedy to interesting news stories and personal anecdotes. He speaks clearly and at a natural pace, which is perfect for intermediate to advanced learners who want to get used to the rhythm of native speech. He often has guests on his show, including his family members, which exposes you to different accents and speaking styles. What makes this podcast so special is Luke's sense of humor and his ability to explain complex vocabulary and grammar points in a simple, memorable way. One of the best features of Luke's English podcast is the sheer amount of content available. With over 800 episodes, you will never run out of things to listen to. Many episodes come with full transcripts on his website, which is an invaluable tool for learners. You can listen to an episode first to see how much you understand, and then read along with the transcript to catch any words or phrases you missed. This combination of listening and reading is incredibly powerful for reinforcing new vocabulary. Luke often does ramble episodes where he just talks freely, which is excellent practice for understanding spontaneous, unscripted English. He also has specific series dedicated to things like phrasal verbs, pronunciation, and British slang. It's a comprehensive resource that feels more like hanging out with a funny, intelligent friend than studying it. I can't recommend it enough for making your learning journey enjoyable. Now, let's move on to our second recommendation, which is perfect if you're interested in stories and current events. The podcast is called The Daily, from the New York Times. Each episode is about 20 to 30 minutes long and covers one major news story in depth. The host, Michael Barbaro, interviews journalists who reported on the story, giving you a deep dive into the topic. This is fantastic for advanced learners who want to challenge themselves with high-level vocabulary related to politics, society, and global issues. The production quality is top-notch, with clear audio and engaging storytelling. Listening to The Daily not only improves your English, but also keeps you informed about what's happening in the world. It helps you learn the specific language used to discuss complex topics, which is essential if you plan to use English in a professional or academic setting. Because it's a daily podcast, it helps you build a consistent listening habit. What's great about using The Daily for language learning is that it exposes you to a formal, journalistic style of English. The language is precise and well articulated. You'll hear a variety of American accents from the host and the different journalists featured. While it might be challenging at first, don't be discouraged. The context provided by the story helps you infer the meaning of new words. A great strategy is to look up the headline of the episode beforehand to get a general idea of the topic. After listening, you can try to summarize the main points of the story in your own words. This active listening and recall practice will significantly boost your comprehension and retention. It's a brilliant way to push your skills to the next level while staying engaged with real-world content. It's like getting a daily dose of intellectual stimulation and language practice all in one. Our third pick is for those of you who love a good story. This American Life is a weekly public radio show and podcast that presents stories on a specific theme. It's an institution in the podcasting world for a reason. Each episode is a beautifully crafted piece of audio journalism, featuring a mix of reporting and personal essays. The stories are incredibly diverse. They can be funny, heartwarming, surprising, or thought-provoking. This variety is what makes it such a great tool for language learners. You'll be exposed to a wide range of vocabulary and a multitude of American accents and ways of speaking from people all over the country. The storytelling is so compelling that you'll often forget you're studying English. You'll just be captivated by the narrative. This is the magic of learning through stories. It connects with you on an emotional level, which helps you remember language more effectively. To get the most out of This American Life, I suggest visiting their website, where they have transcripts for every episode. You can use the same listener stand read-along strategy we discussed earlier. Because the stories are often personal and emotional, you'll learn a lot of descriptive language and expressions that people use to talk about their feelings and experiences. This is the kind of authentic, everyday language that you won't always find in a textbook. Try picking an episode with a theme that genuinely interests you. Maybe it's about family, first jobs, or a mystery. When you're invested in the topic, you'll be more motivated to understand the details. Listening to This American Life is more than just language practice. It's an exploration of human experience, and it will undoubtedly enrich both your vocabulary and your perspective. Next up, for all the science and curiosity lovers out there, I highly recommend Stuff You Should Know. This is a hugely popular podcast where hosts Josh and Chuck explore, stuff you should know. They cover an incredible range of topics, from how champagne works to the history of pinball machines. Each episode is a deep dive into a subject, explained in a casual, conversational, and often humorous way. Josh and Chuck have fantastic chemistry, and listening to them feels like sitting in on a fascinating conversation between two very knowledgeable friends. This podcast is perfect for learning specific vocabulary related to science, history, and technology, all while being entertained. Their explanations are clear and easy to follow, making complex subjects accessible even for nerds. This is great for intermediate and advanced learners who want to broaden their vocabulary beyond everyday conversation. The conversational style of Stuff You Should Know is its biggest strength for language learners. You get to hear how native speakers explain concepts, make jokes, go off on tangents, and interact with each other naturally. This is invaluable for improving your comprehension of real-life spoken English. A good tip for listening to this podcast is to not worry about understanding every single word. Focus on grasping the main ideas and the overall explanation. Because they often repeat and rephrase key points, you get multiple chances to understand the concepts. You can also choose topics you're already familiar with in your own language. This prior knowledge will provide context and make it easier to follow along and pick up new English terms. It is a fun way to learn something new about the world every day while simultaneously sharpening your listening skills. Finally, our fifth recommendation is a fantastic resource created specifically for English learners, the All Ears English podcast. The hosts, Lindsay and Michelle, are American English teachers, and their motto is connection, not perfection. This philosophy is at the heart of their show. They deliver short, energetic episodes 4 days a week, focusing on practical English for real-life situations. They cover everything from American culture and slang to common grammar mistakes and tips for small talk. The episodes are typically around 15 minutes long, making them perfect for busy schedules. Their style is incredibly positive and encouraging, which helps build your confidence. They speak clearly, but at a natural speed, preparing you for conversations with native speakers. They focus on the kind of English you need for making friends, succeeding at work, and feeling comfortable in everyday interactions. What sets All Ears English apart is its direct focus on practical application. They don't just teach you a new phrase, they explain the context in which you would use it and provide multiple examples. They often use role-playing to demonstrate conversations, which is extremely helpful for understanding the flow of natural dialogue. This podcast is ideal for intermediate learners who want to move beyond textbook English and start using the language more fluently and confidently. Their emphasis on connection, not perfection, is a wonderful reminder to not be afraid of making mistakes. The goal is to communicate and connect with people. By listening regularly, you'll pick up hundreds of useful phrases, improve your listening comprehension, and get a weekly dose of motivation for your English learning journey. It's a supportive and effective tool for anyone serious about improving their conversational English skills. So there you have its 5 incredible podcasts to supercharge your English listening skills. From the witty and educational Luke S. English podcast to the in-depth reporting of The Daily, the captivating stories of this American life, the curious explorations of stuff you should know, and the practical advice from All Ears English, there's truly something for everyone. The most important thing is to find what you enjoy and make it a consistent habit. Aim for at least 15 to 20 minutes of listening every day. Don't stress about understanding everything at first. Just let the language wash over you. Over time, you'll be amazed at how much your comprehension improves. Remember to use the transcripts when they're available and try active listening techniques like summarizing what you heard. Happy listening! Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you found these recommendations helpful. Which podcasts do you use to practice your English? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your suggestions. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of our future content. See you in the next video.